Oh, oh no, no, Froggy, you're stuck in the Still Force.
I know. I'm trying to think of a time in the future when the show gets better. Maybe then I'll escape.
So all we have to do is think of the show when it gets better and run?
A future episode.
Okay,
Episode
we can do
16.
It.
Episode
Come on,
16.
Think about it, Froggy. Here we go. Into the Still Force! Ah! Come on, Froggy.
Hurry!
We can do it! We're almost there! Oh no!
Happy Thoughts! Episode 16! Episode 16!
We're about to reach the temporal impact! Oh!
Crap, I'm stuck. This show sucks.
We got thrown back. It's never going to get better.
It's never going to get better at all.
Hello, everybody. My name's Puppeteering from the Geeky Puppet Show here on the Geeky Puppet Show with Froggy still frozen in a bubble in the Still Force because that's what this episode's all about.
This show needs to pay me for mental damage. I'm experiencing very traumatic nightmares.
Well, I can't sue for brain damage because my brain was damaged before.
There's only one positive.
What?
There was no Iris this whole entire episode.
We got to be honest. I'll be honest. This episode, though, it does really kind of suck. It's not as bad as last week.
I'll say there's two good things about this episode. Nora is great, the actress. Whenever they bring her on, it piques my interest because she actually is they give her good writing for her.
It's okay.
But other than that, Iris not being in the whole entire episode, there was no Sue Dibney, very little bit of Allegra, which I'm thankful for.
Yep.
We do get to see Joe West yell at Barry. I thought he was going to slap him. I thought he was going to slap him like Will Smith. Get my daughter's name out of your mouth.
My daughter's name out of your... Yes, I imagine that too. See, here's the thing. This episode is about going into the Still Force because Iris is gone. She disappeared. Yep. And Dion finally makes an appearance after disappearing a few episodes ago. Froggy reviewed that episode alone, I believe. But...
That's why I'm stuck.
Yeah.
I got the time sickness.
But you see, here Dion is saying we need to go into the Still Force and we'll find Iris by tracking down the particle that I placed inside of her. So it sounds like something.
It sounds very sexual.
It sounds very weird. But Barry agrees, just right out, and Joe isn't sure about this, but Barry doesn't care, and so he does. However, when they track down the particle, Dion takes it because Iris isn't actually there. It's just the particle that's floating. He takes it, puts it inside of himself, and he says, "Sorry, Bear, gotta go." Disappears, and
leaves Bear
Flash
there.
tries to run.
The other thing was we also found out that the girl from 2 episodes ago, I forgot her name is. She's the one that basically can make things. She can face objects. Forget her name is. Tidia, I think it is. Yeah, her mother is alive. Barry sees her in the Still Force. She's still in there. The problem is that they don't save her in this whole episode. She fades away, and then Dion's like, no, it's like he's like, no, we can't. Don't have time for that. We have to get Iris and get out of here. So Barry was tricked by Dion. As far as he just wanted to get the other piece of himself, and then he left Barry basically trapped there. But he did all this. He did go to the future and talk to Nora. And Nora, he told Nora, your dad's trapped in the Still Force. You need to go get him. Yep. This is where we find out that everything is connected. Because, remember, all the forces were created by Iris and Barry's love. So, because Barry's got a little bit of the Still Force in him, because he's the daddy, he was able to reach out to Nora. But the most stupidest and funniest thing of this episode is when we get to see them glowing like Yoda.
Yeah, because he He's able to meditate and focus on
Because in the Still Force, the future, the present, and the past are all balanced out, and they're all there at once. So that's why Joe was it, because Barry meditated, because he learned this from Wally when Wally went on his little trip and decided to become a vegan, in the monastery. So Barry was focused there, and all of a sudden it's like he's sitting there like in the little pose, squatting, meditating, and then Nora's like, Dad, you can see Joe, Uncle Joe, there, or Grandpa Joe, to her, and Joe's like, I can see you guys, but you're in the living room, but you're all green.
You like that?
And yeah, because I marked my territory.
I have to. Oh, geez. Tillium says the frog force doesn't make the frogs gay. No. That's the chemical force.
You can't
into the water force.
You can't.
That's making the frogs gay force.
You cannot make frogs gay. It's just a natural thing. It happens. It's not a choice.
Well, there you go. There you go. Thank you for that, Froggy.
You ever play Leapfrog? Yeah.
That wasn't a choice.
But neither was mine.
Anyway,
anyway, getting back to the episode. So they basically realize they're stuck in a time loop, but they try to outrun, get out of Still Force, but the Still Force doesn't want to let them leave, so they keep getting right to the past. So Barry says, basically, focus. He's like, Nora, you have to focus on your memory of us getting out of here, escaping the Still Force.
Yeah,
and then run at you can at the little time barrier wall, Still Force wall, and they run real fast and they phase. And this is where you can see all the pretty colors behind them: the red and yellow, the purple and yellow and blue, and all the weird stuff from their speed energy as they run through the Still Force back into I think they end up in the living room, right? No. They back in the speed lab. Oh, I know, it's at Star Labs. Meanwhile, Chester, and I called this. This is so predictable. 2 episodes ago, 2 or 3 episodes, Chester's in it. He was podcasting and sharing off all the schematics, for people, all his inventions. He's like, everybody should have access to this technology. Somebody leveled a freaking building by attaching a device that he got using the schematics he got from Chester, attached to the water heater. He's trying to give everybody a renewable energy source. It caused the whole building to basically collapse. And there were 37 people in there, but luckily the 37 people were evacuated before it collapsed. So Chester was all distraught because, he was all excited to go down. Like, hey, Kramer wants me to, be a consultant on this technology, to realize it was actually his technology that he had given out. So he decides he's no longer going to let anybody know about his inventions. So the problem is, because he brought the device back to Star Labs, that's what the person wanted, and they downloaded everything from Star Labs database. Now, that is some BS bullshit, because they should have the most advanced technology on there. No one should be able to hack into Star Labs. This is like, it's just the same crap like having the 10-year-old to hack into the Green Lantern ring. It shouldn't happen. But because of this, this means like, wow, what are they running on the Star Labs for the security stuff? Apparently, because you'd think you'd have the most secure advanced on there. Or if you have any files, you wouldn't keep them on digital. They'd be paper.
I have to go ahead and say, I don't know if we addressed the ending. They get out of the Still Force.
Well, yeah. We got all the Still Force. Yeah. But I went with the Chester thing because that was the side story.
Yeah, it's a crappy side story.
Actually, it was better than getting a Central Citizen story.
That's true. That is very true. But ultimately, next week, it looks like we're going to get another, look, it's a goofy filler episode because Barry is aging quickly. But that's about it. I'm not happy with this show. I'm
You
not.
know, and like I said, this show proves every single week, that it is the worst show and should have been basically axed with all the other shows.
Yep. It should have reached an ending years ago. And
Um,
I hate feeling that way, but
and
I do.
you can tell they must had different writers writing for that first 5 episodes with Earbard Thawne, because the writing was much better there, and everything Barry was all leveled up, and now it's just the point where it's like, okay, we're just back to being crap again.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Also, Chillblaine says, "I'm not going to help you resurrect."
Caitlin has a sample of Frost's DNA, and she wants to recreate Frost and then put her conscience, over into this new body and stuff.
But she needs another hair sample, so they have to dig her up.
So they have to go dig up her casket. And
Chillblaine says, "No,
her boyfriend, this is horrible. It's like some Frankenstein's bride and all that kind of this crap." And then he comes back later. He's like, "I'll help you." At the very end, it's like
horrible.
I said the Palpatine. The only thing that could come out of this is if Caitlin actually turns into Killer Frost herself. There's no separate conscience this time. It's her who becomes the villain. That's what I want. I don't want split Frost I want Caitlin Snow turned into Frost herself.
Yeah.
And she goes evil. Because why? Because the show needs villains.
Yeah, there's not a good villain here.
Every villain is created by Barry.
Yeah.
Because of something stupid Barry does, and then he creates a villain. It's like, dude, you should just go back into the speed prison yourself. Go back in there.
Just go in there. That's right. Hide out. That's your ending. That's a better ending. Ultimately, yes, nerds of felt. That's what we are. Can't believe they brought her back. Oh, no, they haven't brought her back yet. They haven't brought her back yet. They're going to.
Oh, no. Frost, no. Yeah. No. Like I said, I thought maybe the character was going to leave the show and so along with Caitlin Snow. But it seems to be the case. They're just going to, I think the only way could be dumb to have her killed off and then bring her back, and then Frost is, I'm back to be normal again.
Yep.
It's gonna be like if they bring the Gladia Frost, it's gonna be actually into a villain. It's not gonna have her conscience.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Ronnie Raymond's Deathstorm.
Deathstorm.
But like I said, I want Caitlin Snow to go evil. I want her to snap and to finally just go evil. Because the show needs villains. Hell, they don't even have the rogues anymore. There's no villains on the show.
No.
There are no villains.
That's why they had to make a grief monster. You know what's grief?
The grief monster was? It was the fans bitching about the show. How bad it is.
Yep.
And just wanted to take everybody's grief away.
But ultimately, that is the end. I cannot wait for the season finale because then I won't have to review another episode of it until, next season.
And like we always say, if you disagree with us, leave a comment down below.
Tell me why.
We will address it the next time we do a review.
Yeah.
Also, please leave a like. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I know a lot of people like to click on videos because they're recommended and don't subscribe.
Yep.
We do appreciate if you subscribe, you hit like. If you don't like this, hit dislike. Leave a comment down below.
Yes, do it.
Whether you like it or you hate it, or you just want to say, "Hey, what's up, man?"
Hey, what are you having for dinner? Tell us that.
I'm having chicken legs.
Okay. Let us know if you're having frog legs below. But also check out the Ko-Fi if you can. Every dollar helps, and that's about it. We want to thank you so much for joining us here today. We may have suffered through the show, but you don't have to. Also, we'll see you next time.
And also, make sure to stop back tomorrow. The humans are be back with the retrospective on Frank Miller, Daredevil, and the best comic books of the week.
I can't fault him for talking about Frank Miller. Yep, but that's it. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.